1 second, 1 second. Yeah. Now, all good? Cool. So audit documentation ka notes you will complete, guys. Okay, you will complete. Now we move on to audit strategy, audit planning and audit program. So both were interconnected chapters, so we are doing it together. Hemant, no chatting. ఉంగరతో నల పల్ల నల తెతుడు ఎత్తులు రుకిన్. I don't know what does that mean, but it means something. Now, so when we talk about audit strategy, okay, there are three words: strategy, planning, program. Strategy, planning, program. Audit strategy, audit planning, audit program. Three things are there. Now, can somebody tell me what does strategy means? What does planning means? What does program means? Anything, any idea? I want to do my CA course. Okay, I became graduate, or maybe I'm in 12th standard. I want to do my CA course. Okay, I want to study more. So I have taken commerce. How to do, what to do, when to do. Whoa. Jal Sananda. How to do, what to do, when to do. Very good. Somebody is asking, sir, how do I read all your notes? It feels very lengthy now. Oh. So what you can do is, then you can appear, I think, like after a year, you can appear in 26. So then it will become easy for you. It will not be so lengthy. What option do you have? We are doing one chapter every time. You have to write. You have to write. Audit documentation is just 7-page chapter. Okay, it is not that lengthy. Now listen. Audit strategy, audit planning, audit program. I took out of 3 streams, commerce, art, science, I took commerce. Okay, and I thought of doing CA. So in my career, I want to excel. That is my strategy. Okay. Then first I will clear my foundation, then I'll go for intermediate, and then I'll go for final. So for that I will take coaching classes, and I will learn audit from AB sir. That is, you have planned. Now every day AB sir will take online classes, then we will write notes. So this time to this time I will attend class. This time to this time I will write the notes. This time to this time I will revise the content, and then I will last I'll solve the question. That is basically the timetable program. We planned to go somewhere, okay, because everybody is so frustrated in life that they want to go somewhere. So let's go somewhere, okay, let's get relaxed. Strategy. Where are we going, sir? We are going Goa. Okay, so when we go to Goa, okay, sir, we will take clothes, okay, we will go for like 4 nights, 5 days. Okay, so we will go by sir train. It will be a nice, enjoyable trip, and then we will do all this time pass. That is your planning. When you reach Goa, so day 1 we go to one beach, day 2 we go to another beach, day 3 we go to church, day 4 we go to party, day 5 we go to people lying on the beach only. That is program. So program is basically in depth, in detail. Okay. So 3 words: SPP. What do you say, guys? SPP. SPP means strategy, planning, program. Now my question is, in strategy and planning, what will come first? Strategy will come first or planning will come first? Strategy, planning, program. What will come first? Strategy will come first, planning will come first, or program will come first? No. First, strategy. Just remember the sequence SPP. Just remember the sequence SPP. What is SPP? Strategy, planning, program. What is SPP? Strategy, planning, program. SPP. Strategy, planning, program. Strategy, planning, program. Okay. Now, So right now what I'm teaching you is audit program. Okay. So program is basically a timetable for doing audit. Yaruda Antala Jalsa Sami. So what is the definition? Yes per yes a 200. Yes per yes a 200. Overall objectives of the auditor. Documentation is one of the principle of the auditor. It is basically our principle. So SA 200, the name is what? Overall objectives of the independent auditor. Documentation is one of the principle. Now, as per SA 230, audit documentation is basically a list of examination verification steps to be applied in audit. How will you perform the audit? Okay, that is a timetable basically. List of examination verification steps to be applied in audit. Now, it is a detailed plan. Okay, it is a detailed plan of applying the audit. You have planned that you have to do the audit in detail, like when you plan that I will be doing CA course, okay, and I'll be joining the academy, and 6 months I will study. Now 2 hours I will study accounts, 2 hours I will study costing, 1 hour I will study law, 30 minutes I will study audit. Okay, so you are going in depth, in detail thing. Okay, in detail plan of applying the audit procedure for accomplishing audit objectives. It contains a list of tasks to be carried out by the assistants. If you remember that example, I have shown you the purchase and sales. So Bida will check purchases, BD will check sales, Ram will check, let us assume bank reconciliation, okay, let us assume Pavitra will check the physical verification. So it is basically the list of the tasks to be carried out by the assistants. Okay, this is my first question, sir. What do you mean by audit program? Definition of audit program. As per SA 200, overall objectives of the auditor, documentation is one of the principle. Number 2, as per SA 230, audit program is a list of examination verification steps to be applied in audit. Number 3, it is a detailed plan of applying the audit procedure for accomplishing audit objective, and it is a list of tasks to be carried out by the assistants. Definition. Okay. I have a question. After my lecture, whose lecture do you have? KM sir, what time? What to what time? 2 to 5. Okay. Okay, works. Ragu Kalam. I don't know what does it mean. So you'll have enough time to complete the notes. Now, important question, repetitive question, question number 2. For preparing audit program, what points should be kept in mind? Okay, I have a question. Who prepares the audit program? Who prepares the audit program? Who prepares the audit program? Management or auditor? We, the auditor. Hey, Jala Sanandana, you are not auditor now. What we? Future, you are future auditor. I am the auditor right now. You are not. So, for preparing audit program, what points should be kept in mind? First one, stay within the scope and limitations of the assignment. Okay. So, if you have been asked to do the statutory audit of a company, you talk only about that company, their areas of operation. You have to prepare the timetable, stay within the scope. Number 2, determine the evidence available. Like we can't go to do physical verification of Afghanistan factory. Why? Because war is going on. So we will not collect it, but other evidence we will collect it. Okay. Third, apply only those steps and procedures which are useful in accomplishing specific purpose. Boss, there's a factory, it's a place in Jharkhand. The place ka name is Jhumri Talaiya. It's a place in Jharkhand. Okay, you know Jharkhand. So there's a factory, but the factory has been like just they have bought that factory. Around just 1 lakh rupee ka stock may be there. Okay, but my articles, they say, sir, let's go for outstation audit. Let's go to Jhumri Talaiya. So to reach to Jhumri Talaiya, you have to use all modes of transport. First, you will go by air flight till Jharkhand. Then you will take a train. Okay. After the train, then you have to take a road. Okay, by bus or by car you will go. Then you have to cross a water body. Okay, then you will take a boat. Okay, you know boating. Then you will get the factory. Now you tell me, as an auditor or as an article, will you go? To reach to that place, we take 3 days. Tell me, will you go? No. So in the program, then why are you writing, sir? Don't write. apply only those steps and procedures which are useful in accomplishing the specific purpose. And anyway, sir, you're saying lakh rupee ka inventory hai. Company is running in crores. Lakh rupees like not that material for us, okay, for the client. So you can ignore that. Consider all possibilities of error. See, we say ke 5 days mein, like you also plan na. Ammi thanu nakku. 5 days mein I will complete costing. 6 days mein I will complete. Okay, SAR Ningala. Okay, 6 days mein I will complete FM. You have planned, but you take 1 day buffer also. Why? Sir, anything can happen in between. Stomach pain, upset. Then, nose problem. Drugs, cold. Oh, I have seen Chennai people, lot of headache. You carry that balm. You apply here. I have seen lot of students carrying in their compass. Boss, if the head is empty, obviously it will pain only, na? So you keep 1 buffer day. So same way, auditor, when you're preparing the program, you consider all the possibilities of error, because if you get error, it will take more time. It will take more time, right? And coordinate the procedure to be applied. See, if I start with purchases and then I am saying, okay, let's do physical verification. See, all the interconnected items like sales and debtors are matching, marketing expense matching. So you do the coordination, like somebody checking the sales, somebody checking the data, somebody checking the bed desk provision, somebody checking the marketing expenses. Everything is connected. Poda in chips. Poda to I know, get out. In chips, chips means chips. So this is an important answer. What point should be kept in by the auditor? First one, stay within the scope and the limitation of assignment, determine the evidence available, apply only those steps which will serve some purpose, consider all possibilities of error, coordinate the procedure to be performed. Important answer for audit program. Then, sir, what are the advantages of audit program? What are the advantages? Sir, it specifies the procedure to be checked during the audit. Like you are Gajni people, short-term memory loss. What I teach you in the morning, you don't remember it by the afternoon or the evening also, correct? So, article has to check what? As a boss, who is checking what? I should know it. So, we write on the piece of paper. It specifies a procedure. It is essential to provide a total perspective. Like we have our exam coming up. So, you must have also planned na, कि by like maybe like 31st March I will finish off my syllabus. 3 days I will give for my revision. So, you have planned. So, it gives you a total perspective. So, as an auditor, I will plan the entire thing on a paper. That's called program. Okay. Then it assists, the assistants by putting their signature accept the responsibility. I have given the example of purchases, I think of BIDA. When you submit the paper in the office, you put your signature there. So, if some error is there as a boss, I can catch BIDA there, okay, BIDA was wrong. The principal can control the work of assistants because I know which article is enjoying where and with whom. Now, selection of assistants under a proper program can help the auditor proceed, proceed systematically. Selection of assistants, like for example, imagine Raja was good at bank reconciliation, but due to some emergency situation, I have sent him to check purchases. Now I have sent Gokul to do bank reconciliation, but Gokul is wasting time, he do not know how to do bank reconciliation there. So by preparing the program, it will help me. It will help me what? To select proper assistant. Assistant here basically means article. It serves as a guide for the audit to be carried out in succeeding years. So the next day if you want to see how you have done the audit, so you can read that. Then audit program serves as evidence in the event of charge of negligence being brought against the auditor. If income tax people, SEBI people have caught you, you have not done the work properly, auditor. So you say, sir, on this date I was checking this, on this date I was checking this. Where it is written? In audit program it is written. Where it is written? It is written in audit program. Good morning, Saraswati. Her video was on. Now, sir, what are the disadvantages of audit? Disadvantage of audit. So, see, the first answer was the definition of audit program. Second answer was basically what points you will consider. Third answer, what is the advantage of the audit program? Fourth answer, what is the disadvantage of audit program? Okay. Now, see, you must have heard about Big Four, okay. So, in Big Four, what happens? You must have heard like your friends, cousins, relative, they must be doing, they are only in tax department. If you are in audit department, you will just do audit. If you are in internal audit, you will be doing internal audit only. So for the same, I mean for the so many years you have been doing the same thing. So it may become more mechanical. Like if imagine you are my article and I have sent Gokul to do bank reconciliation. So for every client, every time he will be doing this bank reconciliation. So the work may become more mechanical. Then inefficient assistants may take shelter behind the program. Inefficient articles. Now imagine 1 to 15th, okay, of Feb, I am sending Gokul to do bank reco. Now he started on 1st, he could not undo it, he could not understand anything. 2nd, 3rd, 4th. As a boss, I am sitting in my office. Gokul has completed bank reco or Gokul has some problem in bank reconciliation of a one particular client. As a boss, when will I come to know? As a boss, when will I come to know, guys? When he reports to the office, very good, Jay. Jal Sananda, very good. When he reports to the office, when will he come in the office? When will he come, guys? "15th, right? So inefficient article takes shelter behind the audit program. So my 15 days are wasted there, right? 3rd. So it's a disadvantage. 3rd, the program often tends to become rigid and inflexible. Imagine the due date is very much near. We can't change the program. It becomes rigid and inflexible. Then hard and fast audit program may kill the initiative of efficient and enterprising assistants. Like for example, some students are like very much sharp in their mind, okay, and some are little slow. So I tell them, boss, you need to complete bank reco in like 4 days. Now the boss has given you the deadline. Even if you have got some error, you want to discuss with the management, you can't, because you have to complete the work in the deadline. So if I give you a deadline, so the efficiency will generally decrease. The initiative of efficient and enterprising assistants may kill it because you have to follow the deadline. Now, all this disadvantage, this is also a question asked in the exam. All this disadvantage may be eliminated by supervising the work carried out by the assistant. So disadvantage can be eliminated by if I supervise the work. Now, auditors must have a receptive attitude. Receptive basically means, see, article is, there has to be basically like a very homely environment. Articles are like small kids. There should be a homely environment, sir. Like sir means, if article has find out some mistake in the client's data, boss, you should listen to him. You just because the fact you are a boss, that doesn't mean that you are always correct. An article is always wrong. He may also be correct. If the article comes, sir, I found that this mistake is there. What mistake you have found out? Go and stand outside. Boss, no. You can't shout. You have to be a very, you need to have a very receptive attitude. Oh, you have found out some mistake. Come sit, my child. Let's discuss what mistakes you have found out. So the auditors must have a receptive attitude as regards the assistant, and assistant should be encouraged, they should be motivated to observe the matters objectively and bring significant matters to the notice of the principal. Principal means boss. So the assistant should be encouraged. Okay, boss, you are going to, article you are going to do the audit, right? If you find out any mistake, come and directly tell me. Now imagine when you go for your articleship. So when I teach all these chapters, I tell to students, when you join articleship, join a firm where you get to learn a lot of things. Either you join Big Four or you join a small firm. There is nothing in between. So why Big Four? Because Big Four, what happens, the stipend is amazing. The stipend you get is around 20,000 rupees per month, Monday to Friday, weekend off. Okay. Plus the exam leave, 6 months. 6 months ka exam leave they will give you officially. That 6 months ka, it is a paid leave. Sir, what does paid leave means? Paid leave means you are chilling. BD gang. You are chilling at home. Big Four will pay you. Imagine 20,000 rupees into 6 months, 1,20,000 rupees for free you are getting, which is not there in comparatively other firms. Maybe in large size firm of your city you will get it, but not in all the firms. So why small firm, sir? Because small firm will teach you everything. Like your father or your mother or some very close relative should have a setting with the boss. Like if, imagine if you don't want to go office today, it's okay. Chill at home, relax, take drugs, chill at home. Now, so a lot of firm have like, there is no transparency as such. Article is saying something, boss is in his own attitude, he will not listen to the article. But there are some firms, there are some bosses who are very much lenient. Article, come, tell me what it is. Okay. So, assistant should be encouraged to observe matters objectively and bring significant matters to the notice of principal. Now, imagine, Nelson, are you there? Nelson, my friend. Alpha to Nelson, come in, Nelson. Nelson not there? Nelson in Jalsa Island. Nelson has been kidnapped by alien force. Okay. Nelson on BD. Now imagine Nelson went to a client place. Nelson went to a client place. Okay. I was the boss. I told him, article, Nelson, whatever fraud you are getting, whatever mistakes you are getting, you come and tell me. Okay. He said, okay, sir. Now, Nelson went to one client. There, he saw greenery. Boys, you must be knowing greenery. There was the one accountant, female accountant. Okay. Nelson started interacting with the female. Okay. They started talking. When you talk, you don't do chatting. You do chatting. He started talking. They became friends. After friends, best friends. After best friends, besties. Yeah, besties. Yeah, Gen Z generation. Now, lastly, Jalsa. Jalsa, there's a time. Hold on, Oyo people, hold on. Control your emotions. Now, he was the article, he was doing back reconciliation, he found some fraud. So, he went to that female. Babu, baby, there's some problem. Oh, Nelson, I know there is some problem. But Nelson, can you adjust this problem? Nelson, can you adjust this problem? Nelson is in full mood. Now, there was an error in the bank reconciliation. There was a fraud in the company. What boss have told him? Nelson, you have to come and report to me. Boys, you answer. If you are in the place of Nelson or if Nelson is there, girls, you also answer. If anybody have seen Nelson, see, I have seen him yesterday, okay, very ugly fellow, okay. So, just remember Nelson ka face and tell me, will Nelson report this fraud to the boss? Tell me, will he report? No, sir, never. Why? Greed. What is compromise? Objectivity is compromise. So the assistant should be encouraged to observe the matters objectively means basically you should not fall for any greed of the client. If client is saying, okay, sir, adjust the fraud, okay, article, adjust the fraud, I'll give you one iPhone. No, sir. AB, sir, have taught us our principle, okay, our moral values, our ethics. No, sir, I will not. Okay, and bring the matters to the notice of the principal. Okay. Subbu is saying men will be men. Oh, nice. Next, draft a sample audit program. Okay. So, when I say draft a sample audit program, in the exam they have never asked, but they can ask you to draft a audit program. So, what do? You write name of the entity, any entity ka name you can write. You type any financial year, prepared by, reviewed by, approved by. Prepared by, reviewed by, approved by. Okay. Now, how do you draw this? First, you write the serial numbers, the nature of the procedure, extent of checking, basis of sample, how you have decided the sample, and who has done the audit, who has done check it. Extent of checking, how much you will check, like I will check 100 bills. Basis of sample, I have selected random sampling, random, okay. Or maybe bill above 1 lakh rupee you have selected. and it is done by Mr. Ram. It is done by Mr. Nelson. Okay, whatever you name you want to write. Now this is an example. You can write any example of your choice. For me this was easy. It is given the module also, so I have copied it. So you can write any other example. So what you will write? So check the sales invoice from the sales register. Check sales invoice from sales register. You don't have to fill this columns. Huh? You don't have to fill in the exam also. This is just a sample of the program. Na? Trace these invoices in the books of accounts. Verify few invoices with e-way bill generated in the e-way bill portal. Check the sales invoice with the stock register and put this in a box. It is a program. It is a program. Understood? So this is just an example only for your reference. Only for your reference. Okay. Last answer, then we will finish with the program. How audit program is designed to provide audit evidence. What it is saying? How audit program is designed to provide audit evidence. Audit evidence is defined as information used by the auditor in arriving conclusion. Information used by the auditor in arriving conclusion. Conclusion basically means opinion. I mean on which he bases his opinion. Now evidence is the basis for formulating opinion. An audit program is designed to provide for that by presenting procedures and techniques. Evidence is the basis for formulation of the opinion. An audit program is designed to provide for that by presenting procedures and techniques. Auditor picks up the evidence from where? It can be documentary. Documentary basically means what? Writing. Physical examination, that means stock counting. You went and you counted the stock. Statements and explanation given by the management. Third party confirmation, director's confirmation. You will check minutes book. Company must have conducted the meeting. You will verify the minutes book. Arithmetical calculation by the auditor. Sir, arithmetical means calculations, maths, depreciation, bad debts ka provision, income tax ka provisions, okay, inventory valuations, and any related subsequent records. Example: for cash in hand, the best evidence is what? Count. If you have counted the cash, you have got the best evidence, guys. Correct? Sir, for investment in bank, what you will check? FD, banker ka certificate, FD certificates you will check. Therefore, auditor should place appropriate weights on each piece of the evidence and accordingly prescribe the priority of verification. So you have to give importance to every data. Okay, 5 points. How is audit program designed to provide evidence? So this is a mug-up answer. Cool. So question 1 to 6 you will read, and with this we have completed the program wala part. Okay. Strategy and planning is pending. First, let's do it. Now you will read. Any point if you are not getting, just ask the batch in chat to type in the chat. I will solve all the dots together. People at home or you are on chat, you message me in the chat box. Okay. First you read. If you don't understand, then I will explain you again. Read from the screen. Is it done, guys? Okay. People have messaged the doubts. Let me just clear one by one. Question second, third point. Apply only those steps and procedures which are useful in accomplishing the specific purpose. Like we were going to Jhumri Tala here. The stock there is very less. So it will not serve any purpose. You want to travel so much for a small amount. So you, when you plan, you consider that point. Then more mechanical means same things you are doing it, like you are doing bank reco every time. Bank reco. Question 4, third point. The program often tends to become rigid and inflexible. That means if it is near to due date, like we need to submit the audit report, you can't change it. So it is rigid. You have to follow that that audit program. If management deny to provide evidence, that means then what auditor should do? He will consider the impact on the audit report. Basically, we will modify the report. Qualify, adverse, disclaimer. I have taught you in detail. It is pending. So you modify the audit report. If management do not give anything, we modify the audit report. If third party do not respond, again modify the audit report. If it is material, again you can't visit that factory, consider the impact on the audit report. Okay. So with this we have completed mechanical, same routine you are doing again and again. If I am cutting vegetables every day, it is mechanical. There is no productivity in me. The work may become more mechanical. Okay. Routine task, same task. Now the next point is about planning. Now see, explain audit planning, advantages of audit planning. What it is? Explain audit planning and advantages of audit planning. As per essay 300. What is the name of the essay? 300. Planning of an audit of FS. Now you also must have planned that you will finish off the syllabus in like 10 days. Plan. But you tell me, do we complete a syllabus in 10 days? Mudiyala. You tell me, do we complete the syllabus in 10 days, guys? Is it possible for us? No, sir. Highly difficult. But same way, auditor, you need to plan, because your every client audit should be completed. Every client audit should be completed on time. So, boys, you must have also planned, no? Your parents are going out of town, or your mom is going to meet your relative, or your mom is going for some shopping. She'll be not there at 4-5 hours at home. The mom goes out, she comes in. Plan. Plan, plan. People at home use earphone. Okay. As per essay 300, planning of audit of FS, it deals with the auditor's responsibility to plan the audit of FS. Following are the advantages. What are the advantages, sir? To devote appropriate attention to the important areas of audit. Like for example, stock is there, cash is there, okay, maybe asset is there, important areas. To identify and resolve potential problems on timely basis. To identify and resolve potential problem on timely basis. I know the client ka inventory mein there is a problem. So I will put more days there so that we discuss and we resolve the problems. To conduct audit in effective and efficient manner. To conduct the audit in an effective and efficient manner. Planning helps in selecting the engagement team members with appropriate levels of capabilities and competence. Now for example, we had a client where we have to check something about VAT also. VAT, like imagine petrol, liquor, their VAT is also there. But you have never studied petrol, you have never studied about VAT, but your seniors have studied VAT. So when I am planning, I will consider this factor whether you know this or not. Okay. Then it facilitates the directions and the supervision of the engagement team members, who will do what, how they will do it. It facilitates the direction, supervision of engagement team and coordinating the work done by expert. Therefore, planning ensures that audit risk is reduced to an acceptable low level. Therefore, planning ensures that the audit risk is reduced to an acceptable level. See, always remember, you cannot make audit risk to zero. You cannot make audit risk to zero, but you can reduce it to an acceptable level. So this was a question on the definition of planning and the advantages of planning. Let's do it again. To devote appropriate attention to the important areas of audit, to identify and resolve potential problems on timely basis, to conduct audit in an effective and efficient manner. It helps in selecting appropriate engagement team members. It facilitates directions and supervision of the engagement team members, and it helps in coordinating the work to be done by expert. Therefore, planning helps to reduce the risk to an acceptable level. Now, question number 8, repetitive. Planning is not a discrete phase of audit. Planning is not discrete. Discrete means only one time. No. It is a continuous process. Like for example, when you are planning your study, okay. Now when you are planning your study, so obviously you will plan every time. Now I have planned that I will finish my content in like 3 months. But if it is not happening in 3 months, you need to revise the plan. So you will have a Jan ka plan, Feb ka plan, March ka plan. Now when you move on to Feb, your plan will get changed. Again you will plan. You will replan your things. You move on to March. Again you will replan. So planning is not one time activity. Discrete means one time. It is not a one time process. It is a continual and iterative process. Iterative basically means ongoing process. Planning is not a discrete phase of audit, but a continual and a iterative process. Very important MCQ, lot of time they play in this. It is English interpretation. Understand. Planning begins shortly. When do you start planning? Sir, after completion of the previous audit. After completion, imagine you were auditing TCS. Now you want to move on to Reliance audit. So it is saying planning begins shortly after that audit, correct? After previous audit, and will continue till the completion of current audit engagement. Till the Reliance audit report is not submitted, till the completion of current audit engagement, you will continue to plan. Sir, how we can understand this very easily? They play on this after and continue. Okay. So the shortcut here is basically AC. You remember AC in the class? AC. You start after previous audit. You continue till current audit. After previous audit, continue current audit. Now, how do we remember this? You gave costing paper. 5 o'clock costing paper got over. 5 o'clock costing paper got over. You came to home. Now you want to start audit. You tell me, you will start audit during the costing paper time or after appearing for costing paper? During costing paper or after costing paper? When will you study audit? Sir, after costing paper. So I will start studying audit after costing paper, and I will continue that evening of the costing, the next day of audit, the battle day ka, the next day battle morning till 12 o'clock. I will remember audit ka content till 5 p.m. 5 p.m. why? Sir, till the completion of my audit paper. Why? Because after audit paper I have to study for FMSM. So you start planning, you start studying audit after completion of the previous paper, and will continue till the completion of the current audit engagement. Very, very, very important MCQ. I hope it is clear. Guys, is it clear? Please show thumbs up. Okay. I saw. Then, planning also includes the consideration of timing of certain activities and procedure for that needs to be completed prior to the performance of further audit procedure. Again, we discuss this. Planning includes consideration of timing of certain activities and procedure that need to be completed prior to the performance of further audit procedure. I am planning to visit the factory, sir, on Friday. Okay, I informed to the client. So I have thought that from Friday, that is 10th of the month till 15th, I will be in the factory, will be doing full physical verification. Obviously, I need to inform this to the client. Client says, sir, I say to the client, sir, I am coming on Friday. So do one thing, you send me the stock records, your stock asset register, your stock record register, you send me. See, because we do not know how many stocks are there. 1 lakh units are there, 1 crore units are there. I will complete the audit in 2 days or 4 days or 5. It will depend upon the number of stock. So I should have the stock register. So video right now it is good. For 10-20 seconds it lags. Now okay. So you are asking the client, sir, give me the stock register. So boss, stock register will not come. I mean, you can't finish reading the register in like 2 minutes or 2 hours. You will require days of that time also, some time. So it says planning includes consideration of timing of certain activities that you will check stock register that needs to be completed prior in performance of further audit procedures. Then next answer says, why planning is needed prior to the identification assessment of ROM. Why planning is needed prior to the identification assessment of ROM. ROM means what? Risk of material misstatement. Risk of material misstatement. Now, you have studied all the 6 subjects, right? You tell me, out of the 6 subjects, I want everybody to answer, okay? Batch in charge, please write their answers. Okay, online people write in the chat. Out of those 6 subjects, which one you find as per your thought process, which one you find the toughest paper? Which one you find? People saying audit. Yo, Lord Jesus, what am I doing here since so many days? Huh? What am I doing with you? Dandiya? We are playing Dandiya? We are playing Dandiya? Nonsense. So somebody says, sir, audit. So if something is risky, you will plan less for it or you will plan more. More, correct? And you will plan prior. You will plan prior, right? You will not plan at that time. You will plan prior. Sami kasa podu. So it says why planning is needed prior to the identification of ROM. So it says it is needed in the following. The code is LARAM. What is the code, guys? LARAM. For understanding the legal and regulatory framework applicable to entity. Sir, GST is applicable or GST is not applicable. If it is a listed company, sir, SEBI laws will be applicable. If it is doing import export, sir, maybe RBI ka, maybe FEMA ka rules will be applicable. To understanding L, legal and regulatory framework. E. Hallelujah. What nonsense you are talking. Bless you, my son. I am his messenger. You want to see my chappal? I'll throw you flying chappal there. Then I am not liable. E. Involvement of expert. Sir, like imagine building is there, like where you are sitting, okay, in 5 lights. That building is of 100 crores. Who is saying? Sir, Sara sir is saying it is 100 crores. Is it correct? We do not know. Who will value the building? Valuer. Call valuer. So 1 or 2 day valuer will take. So when I am planning, I will consider expert also. R. Performance of RAP. RAP means what? RAP. Risk assessment procedure. Performance of risk assessment procedure. LER. A. Analytical procedures to be applied. Analytical procedure means basically you are analyzing to be applied as risk assessment procedure. AP means you analyze current year ka sales with the previous year ka sale. You analyze current year ka data, your client ka data with the competitor ka data. That's called analytical procedures. M. Determination of materiality. So whether it is material or not, you will consider that also. So it says why planning is needed prior to the identification of ROM. We need it for LARAM. Legal and regulatory framework, involvement of expert, performance of RAP, analytical procedures, and M is materiality. M is what? Materiality. Then, sir, who should be involved in the planning? Engagement partner. I hope you remember the partner, the captain from our office. and other key members of the team shall be involved in planning the audit. Now, the auditor may decide to discuss the elements of planning with the entity's management to facilitate conduct of audit engagement. I am coming on Friday. Obviously, you need to inform to the client. What if on Friday there's a holiday in that particular place, or maybe on Friday there's no electricity, you can't do the audit. So you have planned, agreed, but you discuss with the client also. So this is also an MCQ. Should we discuss the plan? Should we discuss our plan with the entity? Obviously yes, it is required. You have planned that you will come to the office at 11 a.m. and you require to do bank reconciliation. So to do bank reconciliation, we require bank statement. The bank should be made available, na? So who will make available? Sir, management. How will management come to know that you are coming at 11 a.m.? You need to inform him to discuss the elements of planning. You have to discuss the elements of planning. Discuss the elements of planning. Okay. Question number 9 and question number 8. Very, very, very important. Always remember, planning is a continuous phase. It starts after completion of the previous audit, and continues till what time? Continues till current audit engagement. Current audit engagement. Clear? Read this much. From planning you will read. Prior to audit procedures is basically like when you're planning to do stock reconciliation. So you should have the stock statement. The stock statement should reach to me. So that is a prior activity to do stock verification. I want to check FD, whether it is there in the bank. So I should have bank card details. So that's a prior activity. So that will be useful in planning. Okay, Vignesh? Audit program is the second step. I mean, first is strategy, then it is planning, and then program is in detail. You do the planning in detail. Like for example, you have planned that you will do CA course in 6 months. So every day ka thing is called as a program. In detail, if you have studied the definition thoroughly, you must have understood this. It is a detailed plan. It is a detailed plan of applying the audit procedure for accomplishing audit objective. Then, elements of planning. So these are the next 5 answers which we're going to study here. It says what are the elements of planning. So the first one is preliminary engagement activities. Preliminary. Second one is planning activities. The first one is preliminary engagement activities. The second one is planning activities. Sir, in preliminary what do we say? We say AKU. What do we say? AKU. AKU means acceptance and continuance of client relationship. What will you say? A. Acceptance and continuance of client relationship. C. Compliance with ethical requirements. U. Understanding the terms of engagement. Understanding the terms of engagement, acceptance and continuance of client relationship, compliance with ethical requirements, understanding the terms of engagement. This is a hint. Preliminary engagement activities for planning. Preliminary engagement activities for planning. AKU. A. Acceptance and continuance of client relationship. C. Compliance with ethical requirements including independence. U. Understand the terms of engagement. In planning, what will you do? First, you will establish the audit strategy and develop the audit plan. Establish the overall audit strategy and develop the audit plan. Establish the overall audit strategy and develop the audit plan. So 5 content is there. These are the next 5 questions. Preliminary engagement activity and planning activities. Preliminary what will be there? AKU, ACU. Acceptance of client relationship, compliance with ethical requirements, understand the terms of engagement. Planning activities में establishing the overall audit strategy, developing the plan. Establishing the overall audit strategy or developing the audit plan. Okay. Now, one by one we will take. First is acceptance and continuance of client relationship. Acceptance and continuance of client relationship. Very repetitive, very important answer this also. What are the factors? What are the factors that needs to be considered by the auditor for accepting and continuing? For accepting and continuing client relationship and engagement. Now you need to understand this. So when will the word acceptance come? So you have got a new client, like you are becoming the auditor for the first time. So the client is telling you, okay, please do my audit. So whether to accept or not to accept, it is called as accepting the client relationships and engagement. Now continuing. So what does continuing means? I was the old auditor. I had done the audit last year also. Now should I continue or not? That is like that's a continuation audit. This year should I continue or not? Now what factors needs to be considered? Or one more question, one more way they have asked, but the answer is same. What are the examples? What are the examples that may cause the firm to withdraw from the engagement? What are the examples that may cause the firm to withdraw from the engagement? Now, I give you two clients, okay? First, let's talk about accepting, okay? You are at your office, somebody came to your office. That somebody was, let us assume, late Ratan Tata. That somebody was late Ratan Tata. Will you accept? Ratan Tata says, late Ratan Tata says, my dear CA, you have to audit my company Tata Motors. Will you do it? Tell me. Can you accept the engagement? Or will you accept the engagement? Of course. Yes, sir. Okay. My younger bro, I mean, I love him, okay? He's an amazing guy. Vijay Mallya, you know? He calls you, my friend Nelson, my friend Vignesh, my friend Jalsananda, will you do audit of my company? Vijay Mallya, the owner of the Kingfisher, the brand. KKR, Kolkata Knight Riders ka owner. Vijay, oh sorry, RCB ka owner, my mistake. RCB ka owner. Will you accept the engagement? Tell me. इस साला कप नाम दे. No, sir. Against my principle. So, what did you judge? How did you judge? What did you check? That whether to accept or not to accept. Integrity. Integrity. What did you check? Integrity of the management. Guys, what did you check? Integrity of the management. Integrity. Ratan Tata, sir, yes. Vijay Mallya, no. Okay. Imagine you were the auditor of Adani. You were auditing Adani Enterprises. Okay, you were auditing it. Now, what happened in like February? Imagine February was going on. Some hidden Baka report came. Now, next year from April, should you continue or should you not continue? It will again depend upon what? Integrity of the management. Integrity of the management. You understood acceptance and continuance? I, integrity of the management. C, whether the engagement team is competent enough to perform the audit requirement and has the necessary capabilities. Whether the engagement team is competent to perform the audit engagement and has necessary capabilities. Like if I tell you, when we have to do bank audit, there is one more course called as CISA DISA. It's a course by the ICA. So you are CA plus COP, but you need to do that course. Then only you can do bank audit. Now, we have a client who's into petroleum. In petrol and in liquor, we have excise also still. Right? We have VAT also. You have studied GST. I have studied GST, but we do not have any knowledge of VAT and excise. So my team is not competent. Should you accept? No, sir. So competency and capabilities. I, integrity. C, competence and capabilities. One more C, compliance with relevant ethical requirements. What is C? Compliance with relevant ethical requirements. Sir, what does compliance with relevant ethical requirements means? Ethics. I have a doubt. Can I audit my father ka company, guys? No. Independence is affected. Related party. Correct. Independence is affected. You are biased. You will be biased there, sir. Can I accept my father-in-law ka company? Can I audit my father-in-law ka company? Can I audit my father-in-law ka company? The answer is yes. There is no restriction in law. No law prohibits you. There is no restriction in law. As such, nowhere it is written that you can't audit. Okay. Now the question arises. Sir, law mein to it is allowed that you can do the audit, right? But my ethics, look at my face and tell me, if my father-in-law company is doing fraud, will I ever tell to people that my father-in-law is a fraudster? He does lot of fraud. Will I ever tell? Look at my face. No. No, no, sir, no. Why? Sir, if you tell this, then you will have a problem of night. I will have a problem of night now. Dinner problem. I will have a problem of dinner. So, when you are auditing a company, when you are having auditing a company, you have to comply with relevant ethical requirements. Law it is allowed, but our ethics is no, 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 no. Okay. Comply with relevant ethical requirements. S. Significant matters that have arisen during the current or previous audit engagement. Like I've got a news of Adani through Edenburg that they are doing fraud. So I will not continue it, okay, or maybe I will not accept it. Now imagine I've got a news about Bharat Pay also, Ashnir Grover, you must have seen in Shark Tank, he has done some fraud there. So if they are coming to me for audit, I will not do the audit. So guys, my code is what? ICCS. What is my code? ICCS. I, integrity of the management. C, competence and capabilities of the engagement team. One more C, compliance with the relevant ethical requirements. S, significant matters that have arisen during the current or previous audit engagement. So Akku ka A we have done. A, acceptance and contents of client relationship. C, how will an engagement partner form a conclusion on compliance with independence requirements? Did you do auditor chapter in law? Have you finished auditor chapter in law, guys? No, okay. So, let me give you a brief about the auditor chapter. If I own Reliance ka share, one share, I am a chartered accountant, I am holding COP, so I can do the audit. But I hold Reliance ka one share. Can I become the auditor of Reliance? Tell me. Pencil got disconnected. Okay, wait, 1 minute. It is getting charged. Mukesh, my old friend, we met in Kailasa. Hey, Jalsandanda, Mukesh is my friend, not your friend. Kailasa is my island. Now listen. So, because you hold shares, so your law teacher must have taught in foundation, shareholders are the dash of the company. Guys, shareholders are dash of the company. Dash means what? Owners of the company. So if I own Reliance, I can't become the auditor there because I will not be independent there. Then, so even if 1 rupee ka share, if you hold, you are disqualified. The next point is about indebtedness. Sir, indebtedness means, that means you have taken a loan from them, or you are supposed to pay to them. So there the limit is 5 lakh rupees. Up to 5 lakhs if you are indebted, it is allowed. But if it is more than 5 lakh, you are disqualified. If it is more than 5 lakh, guys, you are disqualified. It is written there. Third, if you have given guarantee for more than 1 lakh, you are disqualified. If you have given guarantee for more than 1 lakh, you are disqualified. Okay, up to 1 lakh it is allowed. So there are 3 limits. Shares के लिए even 1 rupee के लिए you are disqualified. Indebtedness के लिए 5 lakhs है. Guarantee के लिए it is still 1 lakh. Understood? So I am there. I should follow all those 3 rules. My partner is there. My partner should also follow these 3 rules. Okay. Our relatives, you must have learned relative ka definition also. Our relatives should also follow all these rules. That means they can't buy the shares. They can't be indebted. They can't give the guarantee. Understood? Now, so the rule is for the law may the rule is for the partner, sorry, for the owner, the main partner, his partner, like the basic the firm, the partner and his relative. The rule is for all these people. Now imagine my article. My article is Jalsanandana. Jalsananda. Now his father has bought 2 shares of Reliance. I am the boss. We are auditing Reliance. My article is Jalsananda. His father has bought 2 shares of Reliance. Now you tell me, as an auditor, can we do the audit? Does it affect our opinion? My article ka father, tell me, can I do the audit? Yes sir, correct, you can do the audit, there's no problem, no harm. Because law mate is a very remote relationship, only your firm, the partner and the relatives. Only these 3 people are covered, right? But you know what happens in practical life? Like Big Fours and the large size firm of the Chennai or wherever you are from, okay, they take a declaration from article also, because our ethics says. See, because imagine if this guy Jal Sananda, he goes to do audit with me, he finds some fraud, he will not tell to me. Why? Because if he tell to me, I will report in the audit report. His father owned 2 shares, his father's share price will be affected there. So what is happening here? Sir, his independence is getting affected. Even though it is a very remote relationship, very distant relationship, but still it can influence the person who is doing the audit there. So sir, you need to comply with ethical requirements. So the Big Four and the large firm, they take a declaration from the article. Boss, you, your relatives have not taken any share. They are not indebted. If they are indebted up to 5 lakh, they are indebted. They have not given guarantee. They have given guarantee but up to 1 lakh. So they have to give a declaration also. Understood? So what is the question? How will an engagement partner form a conclusion about compliance with the ethical requirements? How will you decide whether we are following ethics or not? First, obtain information from the firm to identify and evaluate circumstances and relationship that create threats to independence. Like partner ka wife ka company it is, partner's wife sister ka company it is, partner's father's brother's ka company it is. So identify what relationship it is there. Evaluate the information on identified breaches, if any, of the firm's independent policy and procedure to determine whether they create any threats to the independence. Evaluate the information on identified breaches. Breaches means non-compliance, breaking of any of the firm ka policy regarding independence to determine whether they create any threats to the independence. You evaluate those information. Now, if my article ka father has bought the share, so it may create a threat. Now I can't make the threat to 0, but I can reduce it to an acceptable low level. What will I do? Article, you will not go to do audit of Reliance. You go and do TCS audit. So what we did? We applied a safeguard there, that take appropriate action to eliminate the threat, or like for example, the best part is, we imagine my father's company came, so we will not accept the engagement. So that means you have eliminated the threat only. Or AB, you don't go and do the audit there, somebody else will do. So we are eliminating the threat, like removing it only. Or you will reduce them to an acceptable low level. Article, you don't go, we will go. You go on to another client. By applying the safeguards, or if considered appropriate, to withdraw from the engagement if permitted by law or regulation. So you will withdraw. If you think that it's creating a lot of threat, like previously we were not having the shares, but later on we bought the shares. So previously when we were not having the shares, so we were qualified. Later on we bought the shares, so we became disqualified. Withdraw from the engagement. I was auditing a company. I was qualified there. I was doing no shares, no indebtedness, no guarantee. But the director's daughter, she used to come to the office. Yeah, she fell for me. We got into deep love. I told her, no, my principle, my ethics, AB sir have taught, no, I will not do. But boys, you know, love is blind. One second. She is my girlfriend. We are in deep love. Her father owns a company and I am the auditor there. As per law, you tell me I was the auditor there. So we are not talking about accepting, we are talking about continuing, right? Continuing because I was the auditor there. Can I continue there? Will law prohibit me? She is just my girlfriend. Can I continue there? As per law. Somebody is asking who, sir? I'll tell her name, don't worry. Yes or no? Yes, sir, you can continue, it's allowed. Law mein girlfriend is not defined. Not defined. But my ethics, my principle, my morals. Sir, you should not. What will you do then? Withdraw. But can you apply safeguard? What is the safeguard? Oh, you eliminate the threat only. Change the girlfriend, eliminate the threat, or reduce them to an acceptable low level. So this is not possible. What is the best part? You will withdraw. You will withdraw. So somebody was asking me, sir, what's the name of the girl? Isha. Isha was the name. If you know Isha, Are Isha, Ambani, yeah. She fell for me. You know, she had 2 kids. She has 2 kids with that Piramal guy. 1. My input, my output. Yeah. Top secret. Okay? Stop laughing on me. I can do. I can do. Okay? So what was C? What do? I will throw chappal on your face now. Okay? A is what? Acceptance and continuance of client relationship. C is what? Compliance of independence requirements or ethical requirements. U, understanding the terms of engagement. What is U? Understanding the terms of engagement. Now, understand the terms of engagement. Why it is important? Like a boy and a girl. Nelson, Nelsie, Bida, Bidi. They are getting gullu 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 engagement. They are getting engaged. Obviously. Both should understand. It is interest in the both of the person who are getting engaged here, entity and the auditor. So both the boy and the girl, it is in the interest of both. Imagine Nelson is talking in full English. No, sorry, the girl is full talking in English. Yeah. Actually, I'm brought up in London. Yeah, I came to India and I came to Chennai. I was studying here at university. So Nelson, I found you very good. Okay, let's get into a relation. Our Nelson, Abba Dabba Chappa. Whatever he said, she is not understanding. Whatever she said, he don't understand. So the term should be very much clear. The girl says, I will not wash clothes. Nelson, you have to wash clothes. I will not wash utensils. Nelson, you have to wash utensils. Okay. The girl says, when I get tired, Nelson, you have to press my feet. Okay. So the term should be very much clear. It is interest. It should be in the interest of both the entity and environment. Now, engagement letter. Who sends to whom? The auditor sends the engagement letter. As discussed, the auditor sends the engagement letter when before commencement of audit to avoid any misunderstanding with respect to the audit. The auditor sends the engagement letter before the commencement of audit. Before commencement of audit with respect to audit. It ensures there is no confusion with the client regarding the terms of engagement. So client, whatever you are saying, whatever I am saying, yeah, I love you too. Where it is written? In the letter. So this is very rare in the exam. Only this is an MCQ. Who sends the engagement letter? Auditor sends the engagement letter to the client before commencement of audit. So ACU. So if somebody asks you what are the elements of planning, so there are 2 parts. One is preliminary engagement activities. Once that is done, then you will start doing the work. In planning, you will do 2 things: strategy and developing the plan. Strategy and developing the plan. In elements of planning, my first was preliminary engagement activities. In that we had Akku mein A, acceptance and continuance of client relationship. C, compliance with ethical requirements. U, understand the terms of engagement. So these 3 ka answers only we have studied now. What will you do? You will read all these 3. Okay. ACU. Read. Sorry. 1 second, screen will come. Babu. Babu. 1 second, 1 second. I'm arranging a screen. My iPad got disconnected. Boy, stop laughing. I can see everybody. Karan, stop rotating the camera. I know it has to be Karan only. Why people are laughing? You are laughing on me? Jesus Christ will punish you, I'm telling you. Read. Have you understood, guys? So we have done Akku ka part. Have you understood Akku? So we stop here. We stop here. The other part will not be doing it because it will not get over. That is strategy and planning ka part. It is little difficult. We'll do it in the next session. Is it fine with you guys? Okay. Just one small question I will do. No, we can't do that. Okay. So let me be very clear what we have done and what is pending. We have completed almost chapter. Only two concepts are pending: strategy wala concept and planning wala concept. Strategy and plan, that is pending. Okay. It will take approximately an hour to complete that. Only this much is pending. Works with everybody? Are you clear? Let me just do model for you so that whatever we have studied, you know the content. First MCQ. First MCQ. Tell me. Evaluating audit evidence. Okay. Leram was the answer. Two is pending. Three. Which of the following is not included in audit program normally? Remember, we have drawn a program. Serial number was there, particular was there, then the three things was there. Remember that? Think and answer. Santosh has given me the answer. Others? D. Planning of RAP. Date of checking, extent of checking, who did it, how much you have to do, and the procedure that was there. Which of the following is not an advantage of audit program? Not an advantage. I got the answer. Fourth one. C. Why? It is a disadvantage. Shelter. I have given the example. 1 to 15th wala example. Bank recall not done properly. I will come to know only once that 15th date he come to the office. Shelter for assistant. Which of the following is the most important principle for formulating the audit plan? Gaining knowledge of client's workforce, gaining knowledge of client workforce, gaining knowledge of client ka business, client ka vendor, tax laws applicable to client. Here it is gaining knowledge of client's workforce. What is the most important principle when you want to plan? What you will gain the knowledge of? Obviously, sir, business. Business. Third, correct, incorrect. Tell me. Incorrect. It is not a discrete phase of audit, but it is a continual and iterative process, ongoing process. Fourth. A detailed audit program once prepared for a business can be used for all the business under all circumstances. Incorrect. Reliance का audit program is different. It can't be used for Amazon. Amazon का is different. It can't be used for HDFC Bank. Right? It is different. Did we do this? Complies with relevant ethical requirements. अक्कू का C वाला point compliance with ethical requirement. This one. Question number 11 of the notes. Question number 11 of the notes. Number 3. Purported disadvantage of audit program can be overcome. Do you agree? Can we overcome the disadvantages, guys? Yes. In the program वाला content में the auditor must have receptive attitude. Remember that point? The article must be encouraged to observe the matters objectively and bring significant matters to the notice of principal. Remember that point? This is question number 4 of the notes. The disadvantage can be eliminated. Okay, done. So whatever content I have taught you. Okay, one more is there. This is a direct question. Discuss how performing preliminary engagement activities assist the auditor. Preliminary engagement activities were 3. Akku. Acceptance and continuance of client relationship, compliance with ethical requirements. U. Understanding the terms of engagement. And how does it assist the auditor? It's just one liner they have written here. One liner. It says it helps in identifying and evaluating the events or circumstances that may affect the auditor ability to plan and perform audit engagement. Only one liner is there. So very rare in the exam. It helps in identifying and evaluating the events or circumstances that may help the auditor to ability to plan and perform the audit engagement. Okay. Whatever questions are pending because our content is pending. Okay, that we'll be doing in the next class. Let's check the answers. MCQ का आंसर 1 का C, 3 का D, 3 का D, 4 का C, 4 का C, 5 का B, 5 का B, 3 and 4 incorrect, 3 incorrect, 4 incorrect, 3 incorrect, 4 incorrect. Wow, 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 wow. What teaching? What teaching? So our guys third chapter is almost completed. 1 hour ka content is pending and then this chapter will also be completed. Are you getting now confidence in audit? I would advise you guys, please write the notes. Notes are very much important. We are solving all model questions. Okay? Please write the notes. Cool? We meet next time. Okay? Chalo. Bye guys, take care, enjoy and aim for a rank or 70 plus which is earlier. Bye guys. Bye bye, take care, bye, enjoy. Please complete the notes, please, till whatever I have taught. So different entities pending if you have not completed. Number 2, today we did audit documentation, complete that notes. Number 3, audit strategy ka we have done till Akku wala point, till question number 12 I think, 12 or 13, complete that, okay. Whoever is doing this, Jesus Christ will punish you, I am telling you. Mother Mary will punish you. Bye. Take care. Good evening everybody. So a lot of people have joined today. Great. It's great to see you guys. So for the next series I'll be taking in evening. I hope you had your dinner and you are back with the energy. So we start with the session. Okay. So quickly let's recall whatever we have studied because I know you are Gajni. You have short-term memory loss. Okay. Hi guys. Hi Harry. Hi Beta Vayan. Is Nelson here? Nelson, my friend. Are you there? Nelson is with Sakubai. Great. I hope everybody will answer now. Okay, let's quickly recall whatever we did. So yesterday, in the previous class, we have done audit strategy, audit planning and audit program. Audit strategy, audit planning and audit program. Out of strategy planning program. Out of strategy planning program. Thank you, boss. Thank you. Out of these three, which one will come first? Which one will come first? Tyson, everybody is messaging, but everybody is messaging to me. Sir, which one will come first? Strategy will come. After strategy, then planning will come. After planning, then program will come. Okay. Yesterday we did, in the previous class we did program. For program, there was one essay. There was one essay. Can somebody tell me what was that essay number? Guys, what was that essay number? Come on, quickly, quickly. Very good, very good. We had essay 230. That was essay 230. Perfect. 230. Ambarisha Varadan, you are wrong, bro. It is essay 230. Okay. Audit documentation is a property of dash. Audit documentation is a property of the auditor. Audit documentation is a property of the auditor. He can show some or all working papers, but at his own discretion. Okay, at his own discretion. He should keep the audit documentation, working papers for dash years. He should keep the working papers, audit documentation, guys, for dash years. For dash years. Please write in the chat, it's okay even if it is wrong. Sir, he will keep the papers for 7 years. He will keep the papers for 7 years. 7 years from the date of signing of auditor's report or group auditor's report, whichever is later. 7 years from the date of signing of auditor's report or group auditor's report, whichever is later. Whichever is later. Okay, whichever is later. One more point. He should collect the audit documentation when? After the date of audit report or before the date of audit report. He should collect audit documentation. Sometimes when Wi-Fi is there, Wi-Fi ka issue, then it is getting stuck. Now it is okay. Very good MS. Very good MS. He should collect the audit documentation during the audit. During the audit. He should collect the audit documentation during the audit. That point off was for assembling final audit file. You will assemble all the papers. All the papers within 60 days. And that 60 days have to be counted after the date of audit report. After the date of audit report. Remember that. I give an example, like when you want to go back to your home. So you will go when? After the exam is completed, you will start packing your bags, right? So after audit report is completed, I have given the audit report, now I am packing my stuff and going back to my office. So it is after the date of audit report, but within 60 days. That was for assembling the final audit file. When you collect papers, that is during the audit, okay? Then okay, planning is one-time process or a continuous process? Guys, planning is one-time process or continuous process? Planning is one-time process or continuous process? Sir, it is continuous process. It is not a discrete phase of audit, right? It is continuous, okay? So when does the planning start? Planning starts after the completion of the previous audit. Planning starts after the completion of previous audit and will continue till the completion of current audit. Till the completion of current audit. Then when we talk about elements of planning, there is preliminary engagement activities and there is planning activities. When we talk about preliminary engagement activities, the code was what? Akku. Guys, what was the code? Akku. A. Acceptance and continuance of client relationship. C. Compliance with ethical requirements. C is what? Compliance with ethical requirement including independence. U. Understanding the terms of engagement. U is what? Understanding the terms of engagement. And I think we have discussed all these 3 questions and then we stopped. Correct? We stopped here. Akku, we stopped here. Are you guys at par with me? Have you written the notes? I request with my folded hands to everybody, people who have not written the notes, please write the notes, please write the notes, please write the notes. When you solve the question, it will give you immense confidence. Okay. Now, one more important thing I will tell you, I've got a lot of messages on Instagram and Telegram and the feedback from the management that a lot of people are getting scared because of the notes. Understand. 13 years of experience, 26 attempts. I have seen lot of people making their life, lot of people breaking their life. You need to trust me and the notes. The notes are tried, tested and trusted. With the notes, whatever chapter we have done, we solved entire module. Like if you remember chapter number 9, every question was tick. If you remember, then next chapter what we did was, after 9, I forgot the name of chapter. We did one more chapter, audit documentation. We did all the questions of audit documentation. And we are solving May ka paper also, we are solving September ka paper also. Correct? If you are able to solve the paper, if you are able to answer the question with my notes, then I am teaching right things only. AIR 1, last to last attempt, Gokul. Gokul, if you see his photo, when you climb the stairs, okay, besides the lift, Gokul. Gokul was my student who have studied entire audit with me and he was an online student. He was an online student. Okay. It's not that I have started teaching right now. It's been 13 years, okay. It's more than 13 because I started teaching before my finals. It's been 13 years that I have become a CA. So you need to trust the notes. If you have any doubt, ask batch A people, they have studied. We have solved entire May ka paper in the class. We have solved entire September ka paper in the class. Everything we have written there. People who have seen me when I was teaching in batch A face to face, we have seen me, right? We had epic fun because I trust myself and I trust the content. From my side, if I am able to solve module, if I am able to solve the paper, if I am able to solve ICA ka questions, why do you need some extra stuff? Why do you need some extra stuff? So people who are getting panic attacks regarding this, it's okay, it's obviously because you are doing it for the first time. But obviously, see, I also care for your future. You have trusted us. You have trusted the academy. So trust on these notes. That is the reason again and again I am telling you, boss, you need to write the notes. Okay. 1 second. I am just charging the pencil. It's discharged. Also, one more important thing, if you understand little Hindi, okay, little Hindi, if you understand, day before yesterday on my channel, I have uploaded CA Final AI 30 ka interview. If you understand Hindi or you can translate it into like via ChatGPT or any other app into English, watch his interview. He scored 77 in CA Final Audit. Forget intermediate. CA Final Audit, he has scored 77. He has said so many times in that interview, it's a 60-minute interview, more than 10 times he has said only one important thing. Sir, USP is handwritten notes, handwritten notes, handwritten notes. You are very close to your exam. If you need extra knowledge, we have Google, right? We can have that knowledge post exam. If you have knowledge but you can't write what ICA is asking, ICA want module ka content. We have made notes, we have written everything in the class with ICA module only. Little words here and there because of simplicity, because you can't remember complicated words. So it's a request to everybody, please write the notes, trust it, okay. See, every teacher teaches in a different way. You have studied 2 chapters from a different teacher. That is the problem of comparison. But if you trust me, I am teaching you majority content, okay. And when I am able to solve your paper or the ICI module, that means I am teaching correct things. Somebody is asking, sir, can we take printout of it? I would request you, no, please write. See, because if I would have supposed to give a printout to you, I would have told you, okay, take the printout and study on your own. Eventually your exam is writing, right? You have to write. It's rather it's your call then. See, September ka time it is. How much marks? Same teacher, same example, same notes. Same notes. How much marks? This guy is from, I think, Ahmedabad. Sambit is from Ahmedabad. Inter Audit 70. Dhanya, she is my law student also. She scored law में 68, audit में 70. She is from Bangalore. So people get marks, people get rank. But you need to trust. See, would have been face to face, the feel would be very different. I agree on that. Okay. It is online, that is the main problem. If you follow what I'm telling you, I've given you a lot of advice during the course. I mean, whenever we met. Okay. Follow. My result speaks for myself. And I've shown you the video of Taj also. You saw so many people have gone to Taj. See, 82, 76, 75. This is law people. Okay, law people. 73. This is final. 75, 75, 70, 70. Audit. Okay, inter audit marks. AI 36. Inter November 22. AI 36, 42, 48. May 23. Case seal is also again from KS only. 77. So lot of people get lot of very good marks, but they need to trust. That's the only thing. Okay. I hope all your doubts are now clear. Please believe me guys, if you study the notes thoroughly, you will for sure clear. Okay. And if you have any doubt with regards to any concept, you can message me on Instagram, Telegram, or ask the management to connect with me so that I can guide you. But don't take panic attacks, don't take any wrong decisions, don't listen to your friends. See, they are not CAs. People who are not CA, the problem with our community is people who are not CA, they will give you advice. Do this, do that. People who have taken attempt, okay. So, MCQ. This is the old MCQ book. The new is not there in this iPad. This is not there. I can't find the new MCQ book here, but it is there. Okay. Number sharing is bro not allowed. Not allowed. Now, if you have any doubt, you can definitely message me, Instagram, Telegram, or ask the management so that I can resolve your doubt. Trust yourself that you can clear that. Okay. Now, what are the factors to be considered by the auditor in establishing overall audit strategy? If you remember the previous answer where we stopped, we said elements of planning. We did preliminary engagement activities, that is ACU, acceptance, compliance, and understanding. Now we are talking about strategy. You are doing planning, okay? Now we have done everything. Preliminary check is done. Now we want to start the audit. But before starting the audit, what we will do first, establish the strategy, then we will develop a plan. Strategy is the first thing, then the plan, then it's a program, correct? Program is what? Detailed plan only, no? Now when we talk about strategy, what is the question? The question is, what are the factors to be considered by the auditor in establishing overall audit strategy? So for your reference, What are the factors to be considered by the auditor in establishing overall audit strategy? So I've written here, first is strategy, then is a plan. Okay. The code is what? Fundry. Now let's understand one by one. Okay. Sir, I want to plan the audit. Okay. When I want to plan the audit, imagine I'm auditing Tanishq. So Tanishq is a jewelry store. I plan to go on a weekend there. When I plan to go on weekend, I want to check the inventory. Now you tell me, will management be supportive there? Will they help me? Will they assist me in counting the inventory? Yes or no? On a weekend in Tanishq. Why? People are saying no, because they will be busy. It's the highest running day. Eventually they will say, sir, Monday is a good day, because Monday people will be less. So at that time you can count. Imagine I am telling them during Diwali, okay, like the 10 days prior to Diwali, I'll come for stock count. Will the management be supportive there? Will be helping me there? No. So it's a season time. So consider first point, the factors, basically the timing, the factors that in the auditor's professional judgment are significant in directing the engagement team efforts. Now imagine you are my article, you have just cleared your intermediate exam, you became my article. I am telling you to go and do one thing, you finalize the balance sheet. Are you competent enough to finalize the balance sheet of a company? You just cleared, this is your first day, the second day, or the first week. Can you go and finalize the balance sheet? Tell me. Are you that confident? No, sir. So it is one of the factors which I need to consider in directing the engagement team ka effort. Correct? Second, update. The auditor should update and change the overall audit strategy and the audit plan as necessary during the course of audit. Now, for example, I have planned 10 days I will finish the audit. But what happened? 2 days I was not well. 1 day my staff was not well. 1 day when we went, there was full power cut, so we could not do the physical verification. We cannot access the PCs of the computer, PCs or the computers there. So I had planned that 10 day mein, day 1 do this, day 2 this, day 3 this, right? I had planned. Now there are circumstances which are telling me to change. Now you tell me, is the plan fixed or the plan flexible? We are doing audit strategy planning and program, Mohan. So the plan has to be flexible. So it says you should update the stat and change the strategy and change the plan as necessary during the course of audit. Right? You had planned to study audit. 10 days you will finish the audit. But 3 days, imagine you had some family function or some family emergency, or you were not well. So whatever you had planned, you will change the plan. So during the course of the audit, we will update. So first one, the factors which are important in directing the engagement team efforts, like the weekdays, the weekends, whether the team is competent or not, you update. You will update the plan, update the strategy during the course of audit. N, nature, timing of resources necessary to perform the engagement. Now all my senior articles are going on CA final ka exam leave. Now imagine it's saying nature, timing and extent of the resources necessary to perform the engagement. We are supposed to finalize Reliance ka balance sheet. My articles are not available. If my articles are not available, sir, how would you do the audit there? I have only junior articles. Like if I have a senior article, he will finish the work in 4 days. But I have a fresher article, junior article. Sir, he will take the 8 days now. So you will consider NTE. NTE means nature, time and extent of resources. Okay, to perform the engagement. Nature, time and extent of resources to perform the engagement. Okay. R, ascertain the reporting objectives. Reporting of the objectives to the plan, the timing of the audit and the nature of communication required. So what does this mean? Like in listed company, when we talk about guys listed company, so along with the annual audit report, you have to go give 4 more reports, like quarter reports. So if you have to give quarter reports, guys, my efforts will be more or it will be less. If I have to give quarter reports, my efforts will be more or less. It will be more, na? Boss, every quarter you have to go there, check the data, prepare the report. Again next quarter, check the data, prepare the report, check the data, prepare the report, check the data, prepare the report. So your efforts, your team ka efforts, your people going client place, it will be more, na? You have to again go there. So obviously it will affect my strategy and the plan. If I have a one private limited company, sir, 365 days, maybe only 2 days we have to go. So accordingly I will plan. But in a listed client, sir, 2 days no. Every quarter 5 days you have to go. So your strategy and plan will be affected there. E. Identify the characteristics of the engagement that define the scope. So characteristics of the engagement means if you are a stat auditor or if you are an internal auditor, you tell me your reporting objectives, your responsibilities, your data checking, your efforts will be high in stat audit or internal audit. Your efforts will be high in statutory audit or internal audit. In statutory audit, because it is a mandatory audit, you have to put more. You have to put more efforts. Correct? So that is the characteristics of the E, engagement. So guys, what is my code? What are the factors to be considered by the auditor in establishing the overall audit strategy? My code is what? FUNDRE. F. Factors which are important as per the professional judgment of the auditor in directing the engagement team efforts. U. You will update the strategy and the plan during the course of audit. N. Nature, time and extent of resources required to perform the engagement. Article available, not available. R. Reporting objectives of the engagement. Okay. E. Engagement, characteristics of the engagement. Stat audit, internal audit. Understood, FUNDRE? This is one answer. Very important repetitive question. Now they are focusing on the resources wala point. This resources wala point. Now what it says? Sir, the auditor T of A Limited is worried as to the management of key resources to be employed to conduct audit, or how audit strategy would be helpful to the auditor. How audit strategy will be helpful to the auditor. Now listen, when they talk about the resources, we here generally refer to human resources. Basically articles are there, okay, BCom graduates are there, MCom graduates are there, MBAs are there, CAs are there, okay. So if I have a proper team, obviously my audit going to be an amazing thing. But imagine my 2 CAs went for trip. They went for Coldplay concert. All concerts they are attending. 1 month they are on leave. They are not coming only. One female CA is there. She went on maternity leave. 2 more articles or 2 more BCom were there. They both are getting married to each other. Articles, Valentine week is coming. So his stomach is upset because of Valentine week. Everybody know why stomach is upset because of Valentine week. Correct? So now you tell me, is it possible for me to complete the audit? Majority of my staff, 60-70% of my staff has gone. Is it possible? Is it possible to complete the audit? No sir, it is highly impossible. So it says, sir, how would you manage the resources? How would you manage the resources? Now what happens is, like when you join a CA firm, okay, you will learn all this. Like you become expert, you become pro in some of the areas. Like somebody would be pro in bank reconciliation, okay. Some guy, like for example Nelson, he will be good in Excel, okay. His Excel is very quick, okay. Mr. Rafiq is very good in inventory calculation, inventory verification. He can quickly count all the inventories. So as a boss, I would come to know who's my pro article. There are some lazy article. My lazy article is Bida Vayan. Bida Vayan ko I have given him work to do vouching of purchase ka bill. I told him 7 days you will finish the entire purchase ka vouching. All checking. 10 days have passed. Sir, 2 more days. I give him 2 more days. Sir, one more day. In that 1 more day also it is not finished. So it says how as an auditor you will manage the resources. It says overall audit strategy, set the scope, timing and direction of the audit and guides the development of the detailed audit plan. Like if I plan like 30 days, I have to complete the audit. So Bida Vayan will check 5 days purchases, 6 to 10, let us somebody will check something else. So it helps to give the overall scope. It helps the assist auditor in following matters. Number 1, the resources to deploy for specific audit areas such as experienced team members for high risk areas. Can somebody give me an example of what could be a high risk area? Guys, what could be a high risk area? Any example? Very good. Related party relationships, related party transaction, very good. What else? Cash counting, Tanishq jewelry shop, inventory. Krishai says yes, estimates, yeah, correct, estimates, provisions. It's a high risk area. Tanishq mate is basically your inventory, high risk area. Material items, like high value items. You must have done, have you done ABC costing, guys? No. So what happens in ABC costing is, A में you write, you put high value items. Okay. So number of items is less. C में we put low value items. So number of items is more. Balance will fall in B. Okay, this is called as ABC costing. Okay. Now, when I was doing the audit, I will also bifurcate the areas. Like when you study na A category chapter, B category chapter, C category chapter, same auditor, A category area, B category area, C category area. To cash count, or imagine in Tanishq for inventory verification, Tanishq or Joy Lucas, can I send my fresher article there? Or you will send experience article? Tell me, you will send fresher article or an experience article? So obviously experience article. So the strategy helps the auditor the resources to deploy for specific audit areas such as experienced team members for high risk areas. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, the amount of resources, amount basically means number of resources, to allocate the specific audit areas. For example, number of team members assigned for inventory counting. Now imagine 2 people should go and complete the inventory counting, or 5 people should go, or 10 people should go. So because of the strategy thing, first we are talking about the high risk areas. So resources, which one will go? Second is saying number of how many people will go. The amount of resources, number of resources. Third, whether these resources are to be deployed, such as whether at interim stage or at cut-off date. Interim stage basically means during the year. Cut-off date means basically balance sheet date. Now you tell me, physical verification of building, you do during the year or on the balance sheet date? During the year or balance sheet date? Physical verification of building. Sir, we do it on the balance sheet. That is basically my cut-off date. I don't go and check every day, right? Sir, bank reconciliation, do we do during the year or only on balance sheet date? Tell me. During the year, bank reconciliation, we do it during the year almost every time. Then, how such resources are managed, directed and supervised, such as when team briefing and debriefing meetings are expected to be held. Now, like often you must have seen in the class also, sir comes, or maybe our CGO, Chief Growth Officer comes, or CEO comes to meet you, right? So Same way in the CA firm also, when articles have gone for audit, boss, how many times he is meeting, how he is guiding, like people from Big Four, they get proper guidance, they get a proper training, management, that management trains them. Like the CA firms may, there are partners who will train the article, because as an article you do not know, so they will train. So this is my fourth point, how such resources are managed, direct, supervised, when the team briefing and debriefing meetings are expected to be held. Briefing basically means they guide you, debriefing means they take input from you. Okay. Yeah, RICO is a monthly also. That's the thing that we say during the year. During the year. You just don't do on only on balance sheet. You do every month. Na? We do weekly also, monthly also. So these are the two answers, out of which question number 14, like about resources. What are the benefits of resources? How strategy helps in managing the resources? Very repetitive. In module also it is given, in the exam also it came. Okay. Now, giving you 5 minutes time, you will read question 13 and 14 from the screen. If you have my notes, you read from the notes. If you do not, read from the screen. Slowly I will scroll. Okay. Shoot your doubt in the chat box, guys. Is that one PDF enough for the exam? Obviously, people have got 70 because of that PDF only. Nature, time and extent means how many resources I will apply, when I will apply, and what to what extent they will check. This is nature, time and extent of resources, human people, articles and all. What is the difference between 3 and 4 of question 13? Three and 4 is people applying, nature, time and extent of resources necessary to perform engagement, like which article will go, how much time he will devote. Reporting objective means auditor have to prepare quarter reports or annual reports. Question 14.1. Overall audit strategy, when you plan something, it sets the scope and direction of the audit and guides the development of audit detailed plan. You thought that you will do CA. Okay, for that you joined the class. For joining the class, after joining the class, you plan that every day this subject will go on. So that what it is developing the detailed audit plan. I mean detailed plan, right? I thought that I have to go somewhere. So I plan to go to East India. Okay. Now to go to East India, I said I will take 7 days. 7 days may I will take 1 day flight, 5 days I will spend somewhere there. Right? I will roam here and there. That is called development of detailed plan. So once you plan the strategy, it sets the scope, direction, how the plan should move. Okay. All clear? Next. Next question is, how as an auditor you will develop the audit plan. So strategy ka concept is over. 2 questions on strategy. First one, what are the factors which affect the development of strategy? Fund rate. How resources, how audit strategy will be useful to manage the resources. How audit strategy will be useful to manage the resources means the public, like our team, articles, CAs, MBAs, BCom graduates, all those people. Okay. Now, next question says, how as an auditor you will develop an audit plan. Audit plan. Now, you remember that content, strategy and plan. Out of strategy and plan, which one will come first? Which one will come first? So, strategy. So, once the strategy is established, your ultimate goal is established, then audit plan can be developed to address the various matters which are identified in overall audit strategy. So, first you make strategy, then audit plan can be developed. Now, if you want to plan the audit, like for example, if it's a small company, very small company, I can finish the work in 5 days. If it's a little sizable company, like imagine HDFC Bank audit. Sir, HDFC Bank, we have so many branches. I can't finish in 5 days. I can't even finish in months. So I have to do during the year. I have to start the audit during the year only. Now imagine Reliance. Oops. Now Reliance ka business is so huge that the audit can't be completed. Right? Audit can't be completed immediately. You have to give more time to Reliance. Now 5 days they will take, 20 days they will take, 100 days they will take. So auditor need to plan. That planning will depend on what? Sir, the client ka business. It will depend on what? Client ka business. So understanding the client ka business is an important principle in developing the audit plan. That's my first point. Understanding the client ka business is an important principle in developing the audit plan. Now planning. One second. Planning ka thing is written where? In essay 300. What is the essay number? 300. It states that auditor should develop the audit plan which will include description of 3 things. The plan should include the description of 3 things. First, let me make you understand. Let me read, then I will give you an example for that. RAP, FAP, OAP. RAP, FAP, OAP. See, all these are technical answers. I will give you link it with an example so it becomes easy to remember. RAP, FAP, OAP. RAP, FAP, OAP. RAP, FAP, OAP. Nature, time and extent of RAP. Nature, time and extent of FAP. Nature, time and extent of OAP. This is the same answer only. So what is RAP? Risk Assessment Procedure. Sir, when we go and do the audit of a client, obviously the client will say we have done the financial statement. It is giving true and fair view. Boys and girls and others, you tell me, will you directly believe the client? Close the eyes and believe him? No, sir. We have to perform the procedure. When you for the first time you perform the procedure, sir, there are two systems with the client. There are two systems. What are the two systems? Internal control system and accounting system. So now to evaluate internal control system, what will you perform? Sir, ICS is established to check detection and prevention of frauds and errors. Accounting system like Tally, Oracle, SAP, Excel, all those are for basically accounting ka part. Now to evaluate ICS, sir, CCTVs are installed. CCTVs are working or not. Card access is there, thumb impression, passwords. I am checking that. When I am checking that, what I am checking? I am checking whether it's a risk or not. So I am performing what? Risk assessment procedure. What am I performing, guys? Risk assessment procedure. What am I performing? Risk assessment procedure. When I will do it, how much I will do it, what I will do it, nature, time and extent of RAP. I checked once, I was not satisfied. I checked once but I was not satisfied. I will do the checking again. When I do the checking again, that in English is called as what? Further audit procedures. Once you have done but you are not satisfied, you will perform again. That performing again is called what? Further audit procedure. Sir, I wanted to evaluate the provisions. No, I wanted to evaluate the TDS ka working. So to evaluate TDS ka working, sir, I wanted to check on the income tax ka website. But sir, you know na, Government of India, sir, income tax website not working. Can I perform RAP there now? I want to check TDS ka working. Can I perform my first time procedure? No. Sir, if you have not performed RAP, obviously you can't perform FAP also. You can't check again. So if one way is closed, you will try to find out the alternative way. If one way is closed, you will try to find out the alternative way. That alternative way is called as what? Other planned audit procedure to be carried out so that the engagement complies with the SA. I need to get the evidence. To get the evidence, I need to plan. To plan, I need to perform procedure. By one way, if it is not possible, what we will do? We will do other procedures. Like for example, I will just check when the management deducted TDS, bank mein se payment must have gone. I will check their bank statement, that bank entry. Oh, they must have got some challans. I will check those challans. You must have heard this word challan. When you make government ko payment, okay, you check and verify. If the challan is matching, if the amount is matching in the bank, that means it is correct, right? So what do you check? Sir, when you plan, sorry, planning is written in SA 300. Sorry. Guys, planning is written in SA 300. You will check RAP, you will check FAP, you will check OAP. RAP, FAP, OAP. What will you check, guys? RAP, FAP, OAP. Guys, full form of RAP. Sir, risk assessment procedure. Full form of FAP, further audit procedure. Full form of OAP, other audit procedures. Have you understood this answer, guys? Now, very easy answer. Relationship between strategy and plan. So first, what we will write? Sir, first we will write the definition. Audit strategy determines the scope, timing and direction of audit. OAP, once again, OAP means other audit procedure. If one way say you are not getting it, what will you do? You will perform other audit procedures. I wanted to check inventory. Inventories in Afghanistan. Afghanistan में war is going on. Can you perform RAP? No, sir. Can you perform FAP? Sir, RAP only not perform. How can FAP be performed? What you will do? Some other procedures you will do. Na? Maybe some confirmation you will take. Maybe you will check the records of the stock going on. Like you will check GST ka bill, lorry receipts, whatever it is. Some other thing you will do it. Okay, that is called other audit procedures. Now, strategy and plan ka relationship. Sir, audit strategy determines the scope, timing and direction of audit. First step is strategy. Audit plan is the next step. It describes how that strategy is going to be implemented. Audit plan describes how the strategy is going to be implemented. I thought that I will join a class for CA Intermediate. Okay, strategy. Then, after joining the class, I will study 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day. Plan. 2 hours audit, 2 hours accounts, 2 hours costing, 2 hours FM. Program. That is more detail. Strategy. How you will implement it, that is your plan. More detailed plan is basically audit program. Okay. So, out of which audit plan is more detailed than the overall audit strategy. You just thought to do CA, right? This is one statement. You have both the groups, one group, 6 subjects, bifurcated into theory, practical. So, planning is more detailed. Planning is more detailed. I give an example of Goa. We are going Goa. We'll go for 7 days. Strategize. Okay, let's chill somewhere. Now, how one day will be spent? Plan. 1 day, 2 hours, 2 hours beach, 2 hours this, 2 hours that, 2 hours game, 2 hours swimming. Program. Okay. Once the overall audit strategy is established, an audit plan can be developed to address the various matters identified in overall audit strategy. Once you have developed the strategy, okay, you have made the strategy, now make a detailed plan and address all the issues in strategy. You have joined the class, okay, you are doing the CA course. Then, this though we have discussed lot of time, they have asked in MCQs. The establishment of strategy and the plan are not necessarily discrete, but are closely interrelated. That means change in one will result in change in another. Now imagine you are doing the planning. When you were doing the planning that I will join a class, okay, I will join a class 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day I will study. It is not working for me. I will leave. When I will leave, I am joining now BCom course. I am joining CMA course. So my strategies also change. Correct? If you change the strategy, plan will also change. If you change the plan, strategy will also change. Okay? 2 questions I am asking now. Understand and answer. Okay? Out of strategy and plan, which one will come first? Out of strategy and plan, guys, which one will come first? Strategy. We have discussed this SPP. SPP, strategy, plan, program, strategy. Next question. Out of strategy and plan, which one is bigger? Which one is broader? Which one is bigger? Sir, audit plan is more detailed. Audit plan is more detailed than overall audit strategy. Okay. Next answer again. Responsibility. How can change in plan change in strategy? Boss, you plan to do 7 days Goa. Now you are planning for 10 days. So what was your plan? That I will chill for 7. What was my strategy? I will chill for 7 days. Now it is extending. So your ultimate goal is getting changed. So change in one results in change in another. Both are interrelated. Responsibility of strategy and plan. You tell me, audit strategy, audit plan will be prepared by management or auditor. Who will prepare it? So logical it is. Logical. Audit strategy. Auditor will only prepare. MCQ. It is the auditor who is responsible for establishing the strategy and plan. Now, the auditor shall update and change the strategy and plan as necessary during the course of audit, right? as soon as the progress started. Okay, now imagine I plan to do finish audit in 10 days, but 2 days the city was closed, like Mahakumbh is going on. You can't go there right now, right? So if I have a problem, like circumstances is such, I am not well, some flight cancelled, train cancelled, should I change my strategy? Yes, sir. The auditor shall update and change the strategy and plan as necessary during the course of audit. During the course of audit, everything will be changed. No? See, both are interrelated. Strategy and plan both are interrelated. Change in one will result in change in another. Okay. Now you have to read question number 15, 16, 17. Okay. Whatever pointers you are not getting, please message in the chat. I will answer together. RFO means RAP, FAP, OAP. RAP, R, F, FAP, OAP, other audit procedures. Last point in relationship, boss. If there is a change in the circumstances, obviously you need to update now. 10 days may you wanted to finish the course. It is not possible. You will change the plan. Also, you will change the strategy. Okay. Then, sir, what are the factors? What are the factors to be considered for the direction and supervision of engagement team members? Now, engagement team members means my articleship, my articles, my BCom, my MCom. Okay, everybody who's going with me for the audit. Okay. Now, what are the factors to be considered for directing and supervising the engagement team members? Who will go? How much days you will spend? How it depends on what factors? So it depend upon cars. It depend upon guys cars. First year car article. You can't do bank reconciliation. You just do vouching and verification. That is called capabilities and competence of the individual team members performing the audit work. What it is? Capabilities and competence of the individual team members performing the audit work. Capabilities and competence. A. Areas of audit. Inventory is there, sales is there, fixed asset is there, investment is there. Who can verify? So fresher though can't verify. Send some experience pointer. R. Assess ROM. ROM means what? Risk of material misstatement. Like we discussed that Tanishk wal example. Risky area. Senior person will go. Fresher can't go. Fresher can't go. That's called assess ROM. S. Size and complexity of the entity. Sending 5 fresher articles to Reliance audit. Impossible. Audit will not finish only. They will do time pass and come back. It is called size and complexity of the entity. So on what factors you will depend, it will depend the direction and supervision of engagement team members. So the code is CARS, complexity and the size of the entity. Oh, sorry, you can say capabilities and competence of the individual team members. A, whatever are the areas of audit. R, what is the assess ROM? ROM means what? Risk of material misstatement. S, size and complexity of the entity. CARS. This is also an exam question. Now, an auditor of a company fails to document audit strategy and audit plan. Explain the consequence of such failure. See, whatever you have strategized, whatever you have planned, you have to document. So, boss, documentation ka standard number is SA 230. You have to document, you have to document, you have to document. So, it says auditor should document the strategy, the plan, and whatever changes you have made. Like during the course, right? Changes have been made. Correct? Strategy, plan, changes. Strategy, plan, changes. Strategy, plan, changes. Strategy, plan, changes. Then the documentation of above is a record of key decisions considered necessary for proper planning, the audit, and committing significant matters to the engagement team. Now see, I have as a boss, I have thought that 10 days mein somebody will do bank reco, 5 days mein somebody will do purchase ka vouching, somebody will do 5 days mein sales ka working. So I have strategized everything. I have noted down. Okay. If I am not available, imagine I am busy somewhere. You are my engagement team members. You are my team members. You are calling me again and again. Sir, how many days we have to allocate? Sir, what is to be done? So rather than calling me, what you can do? You can just see my papers. What you can see my documents now. So whatever guidance I want to give, today I told you, I explained you everything. Boss, this you have to do. But if something is written, you can go and refer back it again. So documentation of the above is a record of the decisions regarding considered necessary for proper planning and guiding the significant matters to engagement team. Communicating significant matters to engagement team. Boss, Reliance, Tanishk ka stock check properly. Reliance ka cash check properly. So I have documented that. It serves as a record for, we have done RAP and FAP. It serves as a record for planned nature, time and extent of RAP and FAP. First time procedure, RAP. Again procedure FAP. It serves as a record of proper planning and audit procedure that can be reviewed and approved prior to the performance. Now you also make some summarized notes before going for the exam. You make notes, right? So before entering the exam hall, you will just quickly refer it. Same way, if I have documented everything, before stepping into the client place, before entering the client place, I will just quickly record, oh, I have to 5 days I have to do this, 3 days with this, 2 days with this. It serves as a guide. It can be reviewed prior to the work. It is a record of significant changes made in the strategy and plan. It is a record of significant changes made in the strategy and plan. Obviously, na. I have planned the audit of a company in Varanasi. 15 days I will complete the audit. But one of my article told me, sir, Varanasi mein to sir Kumbh is going on. You must have seen, Mahakumbh is going on. Oh, I have to return everything. Now I will cancel. I will make the changes. Now when I am going to do the audit, I will remember, I had to plan 10 days. But then I change my dates, I increase my dates. Why? Because of that, Kumbh ka reason is there, okay? Therefore, by not documenting the strategy and the plan, the auditor has not performed his duty correctly. Therefore, by not documenting the strategy and plan, the auditor has not performed his duty correctly. So my question is, to do strategy, to do plan and to document it, mandatory or voluntary? Mandatory or voluntary? Sir, it is mandatory. Okay. Last. This is a module ka answer. Module question. Discuss how preliminary engagement activities. Preliminary engagement activities. Guys, preliminary engagement activities. Assist the auditor as a part of planning. Acts as part of planning. Assist the auditor. How preliminary engagement activities assist the auditor? Do you remember the answer for preliminary engagement activity? We have done a code. What was the code, guys? Come on, quickly, answer. ACCU. Acceptance and continuance of client relationship. Continuance of client relationship and understanding the terms of engagement. Leave first point, just see. It helps the auditor to acceptance and continuance of client relationship. Compliance with ethical requirements including independence. You understand the terms of engagement. This was the same point there. Same point, the heading of ACCU. Now, performing preliminary engagement activities assists the auditor in identifying and evaluating the events or circumstances that may affect the auditor ability to perform the audit engagement, to plan and perform the audit engagement. Sir, if you check Vijay Mallya ka audit I have to do. I got a client, okay, the company ka name is United Breweries. I don't know who's the owner of United Breweries. Now I started planning. I came to know the owner of United Breweries is Vijay Mallya. Now imagine Vijay Mallya ka audit is there, guys. Will you do the audit? Will you do the audit there? No, boss. I will not do. Sir, why? Integrity of the client. It is affecting, right? Integrity of the client. So when you perform preliminary engagement, that is ACCU basically, ACCU. When you perform preliminary engagement activities, it helps the auditor to plan and perform the audit engagement. Now I got an audit from a client. My brother have bought some shares in that company. I don't know. He must have bought. I want to do the audit of that company. You tell me, if my brother is holding shares in that company, can I do the audit? Can I do the audit? No, sir. Sir, relative is holding their shares. Independent, my independence would get affected. How would you come to know? When you perform preliminary engagement activity. So you have to be totally independent. You have to be independent. Okay. So it helps it helps the auditor to plan and perform the audit engagement. It helps the auditor for ACCU. Acceptance and continuance of client relationship. Compliance with ethical requirement including independence. You understand the terms of engagement. Okay. Read last 3 questions. So the question here is, what are the factors to be considered for the direction and supervision of engagement team members? Direction and supervision of engagement team members means articles. Okay. Read. Done. Finished. Can you just answer second question for me? Second, which of the following is true about the oil plan? D, 2 का D. Can we check? 2 का D, 2 का D, 2 का D. What teaching? Okay. So 1 to 5 MCQs we have done. Can you answer first for me? First. Come on, correct, incorrect. Correct? Change in one will result change in another. Second, establishing an overall strategy that set the scope, timing and direction of audit and guides the development of audit plan is prerogative of management. Prerogative means primary duty of the management. To establish the strategy, is it a duty of the management? No, sir. It is the duty of the auditor. Incorrect. Third, the audit, sorry, not fifth. The audit plan is more detailed than the strategy. Audit plan is more detailed than the strategy. Correct? Correct. Correct, incorrect, correct. Correct, incorrect, correct. First one, correct, correct. Second one, incorrect, incorrect. Fifth one, correct, correct. Now tell me the power of notes, the power of teaching. Did we do question number 4, descriptive answer? Notes का second last answer. You have to document, mandatory, second last answer. Fifth question. SA 300 states the auditor should plan nature, time and extent of direction and supervision of the engagement team members and the review of their work. Discuss few factors affecting such supervision and review of work of engagement team members. Can somebody answer this? Cars. Competence and capabilities of individual team members. Areas of audit are, I don't know, are assess risk of material misstatement, and S, size and complexity of the entity. Over. All MCQs done from the module. Correct, incorrect done. Theoretical done. Done. Jan 25 का paper, whatever chapters I have taught you, I have taught you different entity, then I have taught you documentation, then I have taught you strategy. These 3 chapter का question we gonna do in tomorrow's class. Okay, Jan 25 का. Don't worry, Arunesh will do tomorrow. Don't worry. Then your confidence will rise. Cool hai? We meet tomorrow. Tomorrow we start with the completion and review. Completion and review chapter we are doing tomorrow. Okay, so get the module or notes, whatever you have. We are doing tomorrow completion and review. So 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you will be having my completion review is finished. Okay, sorry. Then let me just see which one is easy. We do ethics and terms of engagement. We do ethics and terms of engagement. Okay, tomorrow. Bye. Chapter number 11. Bye guys, take care.